How's everyone doing? Let me see who's all in here. Rise A Beats. How do you say this? Zavo? I hope I'm saying your name right. Mark Polo Anderson Jr. Fifth on the beat. Polo got hits. That boy Butter. I love that name. TikTok03. Thank you for watching on Instagram if you were over there. Trip Levine, Cloud9, Bufo. Oh my God, there's so many of you in here already. Eighth Life, produced by Plague, The Moji God, KP Bot, Chill Beats Bangin'. Okay, NTH Music. Hello, everybody. Big Splash producer. I feel like I got everybody that was already in here. I hope I did. Okay, cool. So let's get into some things that you should know, guys. So join us for this free webinar on Thursday, April 8th from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern to learn more about the BeatStars marketing integrations that help you communicate with your customers. From email marketing to chatbots to text marketing, we'll be covering it all with 3 of our resident experts and giving away over $500 in promo credits. So let me just see where the chat link is so I can give this to y'all. I don't know. Someone's going to drop this for me, Shorty. Where you at? I got you. There, y'all. Make sure that you're RSVPing. Don't miss that. I know a lot of you guys are looking for ways to expand your business on BeatStars to make things make sense. And I think this is going to be a great way to get you started. So please RSVP. It's free 99, and who doesn't love free? Also, if you haven't already heard about this, we've teamed up with Masego and Native Instruments to bring you an all-new challenge for Masego's song Mystery Lady. You can win $5,000 in prizes and more. A shout out from Masego. Submissions end April 16th, so make sure to enter at masego.beatstars.com. You can also find all of this stuff through beatstars.world. Okay, guys, make sure you are using that page as a reference as often as you possibly can. And if you already don't know to do this, we also have playlist opportunity submissions every single week. Keep submitting if you haven't been playlisted yet. You will eventually. A lot of you guys, I see you submitting on a regular basis. So I'm really proud of you that you're getting out there and really trying to put your best foot forward and put your music into the atmosphere, and you're tagging things right and all the above. But anyway, the real deal. This is the deal. I'm Tia Gordon. I'm the playlist manager here at BeatStars. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. A lot of you guys are back, so I'm happy to see you. This show is about highlighting our roster through BeatStars Publishing, which is a team effort between BeatStars and Sony Music Publishing, who are the #1 global music publisher in the world. So for more information, please check out beatstars.com/publishing. If you're interested in finding out how we can represent you, there's an application you can also fill out. And don't forget to follow at BeatStars Publishing on Instagram to get better acquainted with our roster and also get some free industry game. This week, we're talking to Kabeh, who is hanging out with us. If you want to rewind any of this interview, you can check it out later alongside all of our past shows and other BeatStars content, including tutorials on our YouTube channel, /official BeatStars. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified of new updates, new uploads, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Can you guys believe it? I just got through that whole thing without stuttering, barely. You know I choke on that every single week. That's crazy. All right. Bringing the person of the hour. Hello.
What's up?
Are you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
How do you feel about listening to me ramble for the last literal 5 minutes?
that was a good ramble, actually. That marketing integration seminar that's gonna happen, I'm gonna be there, definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, for someone like you who's already living and working this producer life every single day to even continue to learn that way, I think is really admirable. So this is great news. I'm so glad. So if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and let everybody know where you're from.
Yeah, I'm Kabeh, producer from Brazil. I'm 20, been producing since 2017, been living off music since 2019, and this is me. Basically,
this is me. Take it or leave it. What kind of music do you make? And maybe you can talk about some of your influences. Wow.
Yeah, I mostly make melodic stuff. Like my influences are definitely like Nick Mira, Tess Taylor, these guys in Internet Money, like the Split Mind guys. Every one of those internet producers that really got their foot in the industry. Like these are my highest influences, definitely.
I love to hear that. It's something interesting. Over the last few weeks, a lot of people have been bringing up internet money, and I haven't really explored that
Yeah.
conversation. Like, what is it about internet money that everybody loves so much?
Bufo is Brazilian. That's crazy. But yeah, uh, I'm such a fan of Internet Money. I could be talking about them for like years because I've been following them since I started. That's how I learned how to produce since with their tutorials online. They started as a producer collective online on YouTube and uploading tutorials and making like cover arts and that type of stuff. And they recently, in the last few years, got their foot in the industry, started to like release a lot of songs with a lot of big artists. They work with a lot of big artists when they're getting their bigger songs like Ransom. They produce Ransom from Luteca. They produce like all of the Juice WRLD discography. So yeah, and they started learning on the internet. Like so that's kind of cool because since I'm Brazilian, I can't be in the States like physically. So all of my business, all that I do, all my network, it's online. So seeing that happen and like getting to the point that it got, it's inspiring at least.
No, I hear you, especially when we're talking about, building a living off of like an online platform. And
Yeah.
really, I think that's probably something we'll start talking about now is I would love to hear about how you've been able to grow yourself in your career being, um, as far as like the music that you enjoy, like it's really all out of the US. So how do you keep yourself in the loop and how do you build your network?
Yeah. In the last few years, actually, right now, everyone can live off music. We got the internet. That's like a huge platform that you gotta be on. So since the beginning, I treated music like a business. So at that time when I was starting and getting those first steps, I was really trying to like sell my beats, sell mixing, sell artworks, and make money off it. Cause I knew if I wanted to live off this, I had to make money off it. So I really treat it as a business. And BeatStars helped me a lot with that. BeatStars is the main platform that I use. Like every single day, I upload beats every single day. Been doing it for more than a year now, and I always treat it like I always saw it that way. So I'm always trying to network and shop my beats to rappers and that type of stuff.
So, what does the networking look like from your standpoint? Like, how would you approach trying to get a hold of somebody?
Yeah, I'm always on Instagram. Like Instagram is my biggest platform, so I'm always on Instagram. One thing that's like my first tip that I'm giving it right now, try to find people, and BeatStars help you a lot with that. Like I make melodic type stuff, like Luteca type stuff, Indoor type stuff. So I will go on BeatStars and search like Luteca type beats. I'll find a producer that uploaded a Luteca type beat. I go to their Instagram and go through to the people that follow him. So I just start to like know people, know rappers, other producers. So I start DMing people, wanted to work with people. So this is how I get it started, you know.
Okay.
And through after that, I build the relationship more. But this is like the main way that I use to find new people to work with and to sell stuff, to sell beats and mixings.
I love I love that.
Yeah,
I think I'm similar in that way. Obviously, I'm coming from a business standpoint, but when I first started getting into the industry, it was really important for me to identify who was who. And
yeah,
at that time, Twitter was just becoming a thing. And
yeah,
Twitter was like the place for me to find out who was who and who was doing what. And that was where I was really able to grow my network. So I
yeah.
completely agree with you on that. Like finding people who do similar things to you and seeing who their network is and going from there. keep.
Yeah.
How did you grow your BeatStars? And how did you keep or maintain your customers? Because I don't know, for those of you who actually just caught the Instagram live, Kabeh let us know that he's making a living through BeatStars.
Yeah.
I'm interested in knowing what that looks like for you. What is your weekly schedule?
Yeah. Like, okay, that's really interesting. Like we see a lot of producers that are big on YouTube, and that's definitely the number one platform to sell beats and stuff. And it's super hard to get to that point. It's super hard to get to the point where I got 100,000 subscribers, 40,000 subscribers. So the way that I approach it is kind of like brute forcing it. I upload beats every single day.
Yeah.
I'm always jamming people. Like I play the numbers game. I'm always talking to people, so eventually someone will buy something and I can grow that relationship more. And I upload bits to YouTube too, but it's a super hard platform. You gotta invest a lot of time to grow on there. So that's not my main focus. I'm trying to focus more on building with artists in the industry and getting placements and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mostly sell like personally, jamming people, and that's how I make my living. Like I don't let BeatStars or YouTube market my beats for me, because those platforms are big. Like BeatStars is the bigger one.
Yeah.
YouTube is literally the biggest video platform in the world, so it's most likely won't promote your beats. You got to do it yourself. So that's how I do it. I'm always DMing people and talking to people and building those relationships.
So let's look at from that point. So you're uploading every day.
Yeah.
What does it look like for you to maintain a relationship after the point of sale? How are you keeping these people in the loop?
One thing that I try to pay a lot of attention is customer service. So if someone buy, I also mix songs and sell mixes. So if someone buys a mix from me and they don't know how to export the stems or to send the files, or they don't know like the vision that they have for the song or something like that, or a plugin that they don't know something, I'm going to teach them that. That brings a lot of value to that person. Like I have a lot of I have a script of like things that I send to the person when they don't know how to export the stems for a mix, for example. So there's tutorials for all the major DAWs on how to export. I link them to like places like Dropbox and Google Drive that they can send those files to me.
Wow.
So that's how I do it. That's how I bring value to the table to that person that's already paying me for something. I gotta like bring that to him. And when you do that, the person don't want to leave you. If they are paying a good price for a good service and you got that good customer service, there's no reason for them to not shop with you again, you know?
100%. I think that's I think a lot of people use like their extra talents such as mixing and engineering to be an asset as far as their,
Yeah.
but to also be like an educational resource. It's hard to come by people who are willing to show you like even
Yeah.
the first, tips and tricks. So I think that's a great way to build trust, and I think that that's also very kind of you, just from like a human standpoint, you know. So I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
When it comes to utilizing your BeatStars page, how are some ways that you've been able to promote it yourself or use it as a vehicle for selling beats?
Yeah. So I mainly use BeatStars. BeatStars is the number one platform that I use. I upload all my beats to there. I use BeatStars to sell them with PayPal and Stripe integrations. I use BeatStars to sell services like mixes and artwork and all that stuff. So it's like my go-to all-in-one place. You know, if BeatStars is no more tomorrow, I'm finished. But yeah, it's my all-in-one place. It's where I put everything. So it's really easy for people to, when I send a link to my website, they can just like search for a style of beat that they want, and BeatStars automatically will like yeah, put up the the searches for them and all that stuff. So I got everything on there. On my videos, I got my portfolio, like music videos that I release with artists. Like my loop kits are on the sound kits. My services, I sell everything through BeatStars.
So you've just made it a one-stop shop.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Everything's on there.
Anything people need to know. What are these what are your memberships based on?
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get more people actually to buy those. I got those on there, but not a lot of people are on them. I honestly gotta learn more about them. To be honest, I'm not like the best person to talk about them.
Okay, I'm just curious. I think you're probably one of the first people I've seen like bundle things out like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like this link, this is super. Like how to send your files for mixing. That's basically what I sent to the person. That's like a whole tutorial with all the major DAWs, you know, on how to send those files when the person doesn't know how to do it. Like a lot of persons are buying their first mixes and they don't know, so they gotta learn. So that's what I sent to them.
yeah,
All my loop kits I got on there. Yeah.
and I love that you even have like your chatbot integrated here. So
Yeah, yeah. BeatStars is so good at for those marketing integrations. I use the MailChimp integration too. I use the chatbox, Facebook Messenger integration. Like everything is so. I used like all the Beat selling platforms before, and BeatStars definitely not paying me to say this, but BeatStars is by far the best one. It's the one that have the most feature set of all of them.
thank you for gassing us up. I appreciate that shout out. But it's really like the thing about BeatStars is that you make it work for you. So for you to put this much work and effort into it,
Yes.
that gets returned to you like automatically, pretty much.
Yeah.
And another thing I noticed about you is like, I'll email people every week to be like, hey, I need XYZ from you so that we could do this show. And
Yeah.
and normally it's funny, I normally send emails on Fridays, so because I can almost guarantee that I'm gonna have to email them again on Monday.
Yeah.
I sent you an email on Monday and I think I had it back within like an hour or less. So you are very like on your job. And you're treating it like a business, and you're treating yourself, you're conducting yourself as if you're a business or moving that way. And I think that is something that's going to set you apart, like all across the board. Is that response and that willingness to support people or help them through their process, and especially as far as like even putting tutorials there for somebody. I think there's a lot of artists who, they're bedroom artists. They make things secretly.
Yeah.
Friends know, and they don't really know how to connect, and they may not 100% be aware of like what their actual skill set is. So just presenting that opportunity to be like, you don't have to be scared to like go through this process, very welcoming. And I think it's I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about working with artists and things like that. What kind of artists do you aim to work with in your career? Like what's a trait somebody has to have in order to work with Kabeh?
Yeah. That's honestly a question that I get all the time, and I never know how to answer it. Like I got a lot of artists that I want to work with eventually, but I find that when the time comes that I become a bigger producer and get more things going for me, there are gonna be like a whole new wave of artists that I don't even know right now. So I can obviously talk about like Drake. Obviously, everyone want to work with Drake. Everyone want to work with Lil Tecca or etc. etc. But yeah, when that time comes, another artist will be on the spotlight. So I don't know. I'm just working, and I'm just trying to find people. One thing that I'm always looking forward for an artist to work with is their like work ethic. I like when people make a lot of songs and send back a lot of songs. They have a lot of options. I love that. I love when I work with melodic artists because that works with my sound. But yeah, I'm not too picky, to be honest. Like, I'm down to work with everyone. I think the music business, it's so, one of the foundations is collaboration. So I'm trying to collaborate with everyone, with all the producers, artists. So that's how I go about it.
100%. It's a people business. We say it all the time over here.
Yeah,
I noticed like you sent me your credits, and a name that I see a lot in this list is an artist named PTK.
yeah,
So I would love to hear about, that relationship and how that came to be and why you guys have so many tracks together.
yeah. That's crazy. Like, we first talked and first started working in 2017. I'm pretty sure 2018. At the time, I didn't have any songs released. He didn't have any songs released. Here in Brazil, we had, like, for a long time, a culture of rap battles. Like, those were big in here, and I found him through one of those battles that I was watching on YouTube. So I DM'd him, and by the way, all the connections that I made through all this time, I made through Instagram DMs, even with the people from my city. He's from my city here in Brazil. So I DM him on Instagram. Instagram is like a huge feature, a huge platform that you gotta use. But yeah, I DM'd him and we started to work together. We started to build our own studio here. So he's like the first artist that I started to work with. We still working to this day. Like, it's crazy to see, like, if you look at the credits, we got songs with like 1 million plays, like 400,000 plays, and we really started from the ground up, nothing. I didn't have anything going from me. He didn't have anything going from for him. We learned how to make music together. I learned how to record someone and to mix, like, with those songs. All of those songs, I mixed them myself. So that's how I learned, and I think that's the story.
I think that's a beautiful story. I love hearing the stories of, the artist producer collaboration that came from nothing.
Yeah,
Watching that stuff grow, because honestly, man, like so many of the new kids that like blow up, it's really just them and their homies, or like somebody that's like, yo, you want to cook up? Yeah, cool.
yeah,
And that's how these gigantic relationships form and these superstars are born. So you got to start somewhere. And honestly, like, if y'all go to PTK's page, like he's got 52,000 monthly listeners, songs,
yeah,
varying streaming numbers, but all within the hundreds of thousands. So it's very cool to be able to say that,
yeah.
in that way. What is it about his music or his work ethic that makes you want to continue to work with him?
He's like a super melodic artist.
Mm.
He's super into singing. He's more a singer than a rapper, really. So I love to work on those type of songs. I love to mix songs with a lot of harmonies and a lot of harmonic content. So I love that about him. And like, he got his own home studio right now, so he's always recording. I'm always sending him beats, so that's something that I like a lot. He got that work ethic and he got the sound. Like, we understand each other. We've been doing this for 3 years now. So yeah, he's like the first artist that I started working with, and I'm the first producer that he started working with.
That's awesome. Your guys' work ethic matches each other. So
Yeah,
it's nice that you don't have to spend time learning how to work, and you guys are just doing it. I'm
yeah,
curious because I don't want to like lean into your age too much, but I love that you're 20.
yeah.
You're about your business like this, like you're really on your grind. So what is making you be this way? Like, why do you work this hard? What is your end goal?
I okay. This is kind of funny. Like, when I was in school, I finished the school in 2019, 2 years ago. So when I was in school, in high school, everyone was talking about like college and what they're going to do on college and all that stuff. And I never knew what I wanted to do. Till the day YouTube recommended me like a random production tutorial, and I saw it and I fell in love with it. So from that day on, I'm constantly, the only thing that's on my mind is how can I make music a living, something that I can live uh, off, and I did it. So that was the only thing that I worried about from that point on. I was in a really privileged like situation, and I know that it's hard for a lot of people. Like I have a father, I have a mother, I have a place to live. Like I didn't have to work like in a really young age. So I put all those hours that I had, and I didn't went to parties or that stuff, and I put it into production. I put it into BeatStars and uploading stuff and selling stuff and networking. So from that time on, things started to move a bit faster, because when you put those hours in, you will get rewinded for that, like, you know.
100%. I think that's dope. So what do like your friends and family have to say about where you're at now? Were you the only one of your friends that was like, I'm
Yeah,
doing this school thing? Really?
yeah, yeah. I studied in a really like, I don't know how to say, like a really classic school. Like everyone is like engineers and doctors and that type of stuff. So I'm pretty sure I was the only one on my class that made music and worked with art and wanted to pursue that as a career.
Mm.
So actually, I always had like all the support from my friends. Like they never let me down. My parents, from like the first time that they saw me like producing and make music, they didn't understand, because there's no one in my family that's an artist. There's no music makers, musicians in my friend on my family. So that's really new, not only to me. I started working with music in 2017, and before that I have never like touched a guitar before. So this was really from the ground up, and really for my family. So that was like really new, but they supported me, like especially when cash started to come in. Like I bought a computer, I bought equipment, I bought my monitors, I bought my guitar, I bought my keyboard, I bought my cell phone and that stuff.
Mhm.
When that started to happen, they were cool with it, and now like 1.5 years later, they're super nice.
Nice. Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little show and prove. I think a lot of people,
Yeah,
even in my own experience, like of two sisters, I'm the only one pursuing anything arts related. My
yeah,
sister works for like 911. My other sister's a child life specialist, you know? So
yeah,
it's like being like the only one and like having to leave
yeah.
and build it up. That's
and
amazing.
and that's because like it's really new to them. Like what I do today, 10 years ago, you couldn't do it. You
Right.
know, this is right. This is like a new business. This is the new stuff to do. So this is really new to him, to them too. So I get that.
Yeah.
But when I could like show that it really was happening,
Yeah.
you know,
Like you're not asking them for lunch money. Like you got this.
yeah, it
That's amazing.
was easy from that point on. From that point on, it was easy.
So what led you then to signing with BeatStars? How did you end up here?
So I've been using BeatStars since forever. I use all the other beat talent platforms, and I always stick to BeatStars. And when I saw that your guys were partnering up with Sony to make publishing deals, I just thought to myself that I had to get on that. Like
Mhm.
at that point, I had like a couple million streams, and I wasn't getting any money from publishing. So I thought, I don't know, I've been rocking with BeatStars for a long time. They didn't let me down. Like I might just sign, and
Yeah.
I love the contract. Like it's super open. You know, you're not stuck with anything. So that was a major like turn on for me to sign that deal.
For sure. I think the beauty of BeatStars is that all across the board and all of our initiatives, it's always about you guys. It's always about the producer and that freedom, especially coming from like Abe's point of view, just wanting to make things more simplified. So
Yeah,
I think our team is in a very unique position to win that way. Um,
Yeah.
so what's your goal coming out of this? Like, what is something you want to see into your career now that you're signed?
The only thing that I want, the only thing that's in my head right now is that I want a gold record. Like I want to go black on my wall behind me. That's the only thing that's in my mind, like all day, every day. So that's my like my main goal right now, to get a big placement and get a gold record and platinum record so I can put on my wall. And I'm not overthinking it. I'm just like working, working towards it, and it will come eventually with time. So yeah, I'm not like super, how can I say, I'm not thinking about too much. I'm not thinking too much about things. I'm just doing them. I think like the easiest way is to, if you want to do something, is to put that on your routine. So I'm working with music like every day, all day, so I know that eventually that will come. Like I wake up, I grab a cup of coffee, and the first thing that I do is to upload a beat to BeatStars. I know if I do that every single day, I'm gonna get sales.
Mhm.
I'm gonna build my catalog. I can reach more people and have more options for them. I know if I make beats every day, if I make samples every day, I will see results in that. So that's like my mindset for that.
Mhm. The more you do something, the more you like
Yeah,
market a little bit, it'll come. It always does. It just takes a lot of work. A lot of people also get discouraged very quickly. Like, I've been at this for a month and I'm not seeing anything, and it's just like,
yeah. It's not coming in a month. You
yeah,
gotta put those 10,000 hours in. You gotta do that like a lot of times so you can get better.
exactly. And like people will be like, yeah, I've done my 10,000 hours and think that they've just like 10,000 hours is actually spread out over years.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah,
you really think about it, like it's spread out over the course of years. So you gotta just put your all into it. And I'm really glad that you've kind of hit the ground running so early, you know? Um,
yeah.
with that, what is something, and I love asking this of everybody, like what's something you wish you knew when you first started that you think everyone should know when they get started?
Something that I wish I knew. I don't have any regrets. Like I I've been through like bad situations before with some people and some stuff, but I don't regret anything. And so one thing that I wanted, that I wish I knew earlier, is to like search more about stuff and learn more about stuff. Like don't sign anything if you don't really know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Like try to network right the right way. Don't like DM people random stuff. Like don't like DM people the link of our music video, like your beats. Try to do the right stuff. Just don't do it like in bulk. Don't
Yeah.
put all those hours in if you don't know what you're doing. Watch some tutorials, make some beats, learn some music theory, you know,
Hmm.
listen to some music, put those hours in that way. Just don't know, just don't try to do a lot of one thing, single thing, if you don't know what you're doing.
Right. Diversify.
Yeah, I don't know if if I was clear.
No, you're super clear. I was just like surmising what you said, and like just like
Yeah,
not putting all your eggs in one basket, and two, making sure that you know or understand that there's different pillars of this.
yeah.
You know business, you know some theory, you have to know the technical stuff.
You gotta know marketing. You gotta know marketing. You gotta learn music theory. You gotta network. It's a lot of things.
Yep.
But yeah, you spread out that in years, and you learn those things like step by step, and you manage to do all that.
Yeah. And then for those of you who don't want to do all the marketing stuff, then it's learning how to get a proper team. Like, never not something that you could be learning in that process.
Yeah,
Always putting yourself to task is pretty much what you're saying. So I appreciate that.
yeah,
Do you have any experiences that you could talk about? Because I know you said you like had some like run-ins. Do you have any experience you can maybe vaguely talk about that
yeah,
you learned how to like fix, or how to fix something that maybe other people should be aware of as well?
yeah. When you're a producer, especially when you're a producer or an engineer, it's so easy to people to take advantage of you. especially at a young age. So, and this is really common. This is really normal to happen, unfortunately. But a lot of producers get into like shitty deals and that type of stuff.
Mm.
So trying to learn about that. Don't sign stuff that you don't know what you're doing. Uh, I already forgot what you asked. I'm sorry.
Was there a time where someone tried to finesse you? Like,
Yeah, I had like a couple bad experiences with clients. I don't think that someone tried to finesse me, but some people just don't know how to deal with other people. Some people are not experienced in music, so like they don't know what they want with their songs or that type of stuff. But honestly, this is like it's not a big deal. You can deal with those situations and learn from them. You gotta make mistakes. You gotta make mistakes to learn from them. So I'm not saying that you're not making mistakes never in your career. You're gonna make those, but you gotta make sure that you learn from those. So yeah, I got into bad situations before, but nothing really serious, and I learned from all of them.
yeah, and I think maybe just in the like the overarching theme of all of what you're saying is like take your time through the experience.
Yeah.
Especially when you're starting out, like people will try and rush you just off the
No, yeah, don't try to rush things. Don't try to rush things.
and don't let others rush you. Like don't let people pressure you. Don't let people make you feel as though like what they're presenting is your only option ever. Like other
Yeah,
opportunities will come and it's almost guaranteed if you're working hard. So, Bufo said learn from other people's experiences too. Anecdotal stuff can
yeah.
be valuable. Yeah, man. Watching interviews, reading books,
I
even
watched I watched a lot of interviews. I watched a lot of interviews. I watched a lot of seminars. Like even when I started, I remember like through the nights watching those seminars on how to upload and like the how would you want to sell your beats. Like I watched all of those. I got literally that's not my notebook, but I got a notebook full of notes, like literally full of notes of things that I was writing to learn.
yeah, I think that's incredible. So hope you guys are also taking notes and learning something here. Um, I'm wondering, what is your main BeatStars tip? I know we talked a little bit about uploading like BeatStars that has super helped you in marketing yourself.
Yeah, like my number one BeatStars tip. I think what differentiates BeatStars from all the other platforms is how you can do everything on there. So really take advantage of what they're giving you. So I got my website on there, all the services on there. I got like PayPal and Stripe integrated on there. I got Mailchimp integrated. I got the Facebook Messenger integrated. Super easy to do. So that's like my number one tip. Really take advantage of those $20 that you're paying monthly to the platform, so you can use all of those, because that's honestly all that you need to get started. It's really easy. They got like tutorials on YouTube that I watched all of those too, on learning how to do all those integrations and all those marketing stuff.
Yep.
So that's like my number one tip. Really take advantage of all that they give you.
Yep. Listen, I'm gonna shameless plug again. I'm gonna drop the link right now. I know some of you are sleeping on that RSVP. I'm gonna read it again. This
For real.
day from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be doing a little webinar on the BeatStars marketing integrations so that you can learn how to better communicate with your customers, guys. So, email marketing, chat bots, text marketing, all of it's going to be covered. And we are also giving away $500 in promo credits. So, like I said, you guys can run some ads, after all you've learned. So, make sure you're RSVPing to that if you want to learn and actually expand your business. Bufo wants to know, how often are you emailing your list? Weekly, monthly, whenever you feel like it?
Honestly, whenever, like, I don't know, when I don't got a fixed like time frame for that. Whenever I want to run a deal, like I don't know, I want to run like a 30% off deal. So I just run it through the weekend and send an email to that. I honestly would need to get more into those, because I learned that email marketing, it's huge, and I
Yep.
want it, and I gotta do more of that.
Yeah, and I feel like based on what you're saying and how you already approach things, I feel like you will get a huge boost in sales just based off of that alone. So
Yeah.
you're already going to the webinar. I don't have to pressure you. You already said you were going. So, you know, if Kabeh is going, you guys can go too. Period. I'm not fighting with y'all. So I think what we can do now is play some of your tracks, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, when we were speaking off screen, we basically do this thing, and y'all, if you are unaware, we're gonna play Kabeh's tracks, and as we go, you can rate the songs out of 5 Timberland boots. And if not, you could use any 5 emojis. It doesn't matter. But I just want to hear what you guys are thinking about the tracks. Let's get into it. I have to share the little screen. Okay. So what track do you want to start with?
I think that the first one, Bills, is like one of my favorites. Definitely. It's super melodic. I love it.
Okay, let's do it. And also, guys, just bear in mind, because we are streaming the tracks through Twitch, the sound quality is not going to be top tier, but you can definitely visit Kabeh's page after if you want to hear it with your headphones on some good speakers. But we're going to do what we can today.
Kabeh no beat. Kabeh no beat.
Okay. Are you
In the Galaxy type beat.
Surfing the Galaxy type beat, Fuego? We got 5 Tim boots, or 5 boots from R2K Beats. Nice, melodic, and spacious from Logan.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. These guys will tell you if they like it or not. Let me tell you that. It gets facey in the chat sometimes for sure. Sorry, I saw 8th Life ask.
We got 5-cup noodles.
5-cup noodles. 8th Life asked where the webinar that we mentioned is going to be hosted, and there will be a private link sent out after you RSVP. So don't sleep. Get in on that. All right, back to the music. Which one do you want to play?
That GTA track.
Okay.
That GTA track, I love that one.
Anything you want to say about it?
I got a song released with that beat, and I love that song. It has a music video on YouTube too. But yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only comment I have about it.
Say no more.
Kabeh no beat.
that you leave so much room.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I don't know what Bufo said to you, but he put a lot of
Yeah. It's in Portuguese.
3 Tim boots and what is this? 2 raid emojis?
Raid something.
5 fire flame emojis from the day. I hope I said your name right. 5 from Trax Phantom. We got 2 diamonds and a thumbs up from Aim Beats. Yo, I can't read anybody's name. Low Wave says he really enjoys your style. So you are getting a lot of love in here today.
Thank you, guys.
I love that for you. Guys, once again, the BeatStars marketing integrations, RSVP, I pinned the comment for you guys. So do that while you listen to this next track if you have an RSVP. Okay, that was 2. I'm really excited. What's our next play?
The last one.
The last one?
Yeah, I love the last one.
You love all your beats. You said you
I think so.
And that's good. I think you should be your biggest fan.
Yeah.
Kabeh no beat. Kabeh no beat. Kabeh no beat.
I let that one run between the tracks, and I was about to turn it off, and then the beat switched up.
Yeah. You gotta do a couple switches so it keeps getting interesting, like with the time. So I always try to do those.
I love a good like switch up on a track because like especially if it like bangs hard enough,
Yeah.
it's everything. All right, we got a ton of Tim Booty Spana. We got 5 from Low Wave. We got 5 bowls of sugar. I don't something in Portuguese.
Yeah.
So I need somebody to teach me another language because this isn't right. People speaks like 17 languages, bro. It's always
For real.
somebody else. Okay. And our last track, what would you like to say about this?
I don't even know. This is like one of my most played tracks, I think. People like it. It's like a Juice World type stuff, like guitar type stuff. And I don't know, I like it too.
All right. Another beat that you like. So, okay, guys, this is our last track from Kabeh for today. So let's get into it. I might let it run a little longer because we have some time left still.
Kabeh no beat. Kabeh no beat.
Good beats, bro. Oh, good beats, bro. Great job. Your future is bright.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. For real, I really do.
Wheezy vibes. Interesting.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All these emojis from Bufo. The bass sweep before the kick is dope. RCK says. So listen, everybody loved. Thank you, Fifth. I just saw your comment. Thank you. All the beats went hard. Good job on the melodics. And listen, you said you like to make melodic
Yeah.
beats. So much room for the artist. Anyone can jump on your beats. There you go.
For real.
That's
For
the
real.
name of the game. I love to see it. Thank you guys for being so active in the chat today as per usual. So are you open to collaborations? I know a lot of these guys will probably
Definitely. Definitely. Just DM me on Instagram. The handle is right here. Right here. Just DM me on there. Just DM me on there and we can work.
Yes, sir. Look at you being a YouTube star.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna put your handles in the chat.
Follow me, comment, subscribe,
Oh my god.
ring the bell.
Ring the bell. There you go. I'm gonna drop all his handles in the chat for y'all so you can see.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
Thank
problem.
you.
So okay. Before we go, who is one other producer that you think everybody should look out for?
Damn. That's a great question. It's hard to say one producer. I work with a lot of people and I love to work with a lot of people. But the one guy that's been rocking with me for a minute now, it's Will Michael. His Instagram it's @_Will Michael. I'm pretty sure he's a producer.
Spell it Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drop it.
He's a producer, guitarist. He does a lot of the guitars on my beats, and he's super fire. I think he's the future.
There, I just dropped his chat for everybody. You think he's the future?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you're saying both of you guys are the future because your future is bright.
Yeah, I think so. There's room for everyone.
100%. Amazing. I love that. So you're open to collaboration. Now people know where to follow you. What's next for you? What do you think is going to be?
I don't know. I want to get more songs. I want to release more songs. I want to get to the point where every Friday I get a release. So I'm working towards that, like making beats every day, making samples every day, networking every day, sending stuff out, sending a lot of stuff out. Send your stuff out. Don't let your beats rest on your hard drive. They will do nothing on a hard drive. Send them out. Send them out every day. Sending those beats out and sending those samples, it's as important or more important than making them. So make sure you're sending them out. So that's what I'm doing like right now. And I'm just going with the flow. I think if I keep working and keeping the routine, something will happen eventually.
We're going to be just fine. You're working too hard for it to not. So with that being said, let you get back to your music making and sending stuff out. Thank you so much for being part of the family, for joining us today. I appreciate our conversation and all your insights. And I appreciate that you're so open to helping other people learn and working with them. I think
Thank you. This was really nice. Actually, this was really nice. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone on the chat. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, everyone.
no problem. Thank you guys for showing up again. Don't forget to register RSVP for the marketing integrations webinar. It's free. 2 hours out of your day to learn how to, help yourself make a little more money and get connected and network. I don't think that that's asking too much. Make sure you're submitting to playlist opportunities. Make sure you enter that Masego challenge, the Mystery Lady Remix Challenge. There's a lot of cool prizes up for grabs, and I mean, to be shouted out by an artist who is rising and also very talented, that could maybe do a lot for you guys. So I hope you get involved. Check out beatstars.world for all of that information, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands.
Yes, please.
Be safe, everybody. Okay, bye.
Bye.